The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this 20th of March. We're looking at the Dow down 12. It's coming back. It was down a little bit earlier at 39,099. Look at this. It's holding. The 9-period moving average did not flip to negative. It's green. The Chapman Wave Inside Track, this is what I discussed in my webinar last night for subscribers to my opening call. This is a propellant zone. You've got your Chapman Wave falling axis, the support that's been holding. So far, so good. Okay, well, let's get to all of those. We'll talk about the Fed later on. There's really not much to discuss. But let me do this. The daily chart has held extremely well. Some of the technicals are weak, but the 9 over the 14 is fabulous. That's good. The weekly chart is so strong that that green 9-period moving average, this little line right here, let me just see, and Tiger, can you see it? Yep, there it is. So that green above the black, so that's the 9-period exponential moving average above the 14-period moving average, is so wide that to get it all the way down negative, you would have to see somewhere in the 37,300s in the Dow, 37,800, all tremendous speed and volatility, just like that. One big smash to the downside that's followed by another one and another one. Barely a moment to rally. Just the Fed does something or somebody does something that just tanks the market. I don't see that. Now, if there's a new all-time high above 39,282, what we're looking at, leg C starts. Well, if leg C begins, that means you could have 1 week down and another leg up, and you're already at D. That's the Dow. Wait a minute. Remember the Chapman Wave peak D is where other things can happen. That's where you got to monitor it very closely. It can recycle to a whole new 4 peaks higher, or it could fail. Well, the high in the S&P, the daily chart, which is still holding extremely well, 518928. Let me just change that. 5189.28 was the high a week and a half ago. Today's high is 5181. So it's just a little bit under that, but holding in this area like a rectangle, like a little lowercase u that goes to another u, making like a W, a pattern that is really fascinating. For instance, it's kind of familiar to us here in Chapman Wave methodology. Look here, here's another one. This is a much bigger one. There's your W formation, retesting all-time highs. Retesting recent highs, 45.62. This is DraftKings. Look at that really nice H pattern. U pattern that gets doubled up, so it becomes a double U. All right, so let's go back to the S&P with our double U, little mini one right there. We're looking at the 9-period moving average strong. The weekly chart is just an eye blink away. If it does it today or tomorrow or Friday, we're looking at leg C, same as the Dow. So this is telling me that this is the first time I've been able to say it. I thought there was a possibility, but you need evidence. Now I've got the evidence because the price of the S&P in the weekly chart is so much higher than the 5,046 9-period moving average or the black 4961 14-period moving average. It says there's a chance that maybe we go to a C right now in the weekly chart, then pull back, minor, and then go to a D. And then we've got to be really careful because then we've got the Dow and the S&P maybe in leg Ds. Wait a minute, what about the QQQ? Well, that's already, the weekly chart is already at peak C, so it too could make it a little earlier. It could go to a D, excuse me, and then go to an E. This is the first time I've been able to say that, and a lot of it's based on the fact that the daily charts, 9-period moving averages, has just held and down yet. Now let's go to the IWM. IWM is something different altogether. This is amazing. It's already made a peak D. And the daily chart has made a peak F at 210.41. It's now down to 201.76, really struggling. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to the SMHs. They're warning that there's kind of a rollover that's going on. They might be able to move higher, but maybe limited, which means that downside will be limited. So unless something happens in the next 2 days that really takes the semiconductors down from 217.62 right now, which is down 18 cents, to the 208, 207 area, that's 10 points down, just really quickly, just has to slide very, very quickly, and it has to have some dark news index. You've got to have some news that the market really doesn't like. Okay, that means we'll go to gold, which is holding very well. It's up 8 at 21.67. So those gold stocks didn't necessarily hold very well at all. The GDX is not even acting all that well. Look, it's pulled back. It's on the 200 period. It's not bad. I'm just saying it's not really leading the pack. It's up 35 cents today, 29.1. That's the gold minus. But if you look at the GLD is pulling back, a very normal kind of back. It's time rather than price. Is at a peak D in the weekly chart. There's a lot going on. Let's do the same thing. I'll do the silver just because I need to do the two together. Silver's holding very well. Peak C pulls back a little bit at 21 right now, up 0.08. And look at the dollar. So the dollar's had this huge move to the upside. You just heard Tommy O'Brien. Happy birthday, Tommy. Talking with Teddy Kegstad. Teddy's an expert of the currencies, and he was talking about that. But what I wanted to show is, look, the dollar's broken the Chapman falling axe repellent zone. It's above the 200-period moving average, and only today, for the first time in a while, has the 9-period, and the day's young. The day, I have to wait for it to close, but at this very moment, you've got the pink 9-period moving average moving over the black 14-period moving average, turning green. That's just at the moment. Stochastic's still weak at 65%. MACD's turned up. That's good. Relative strength is actually very strong in the dollar, this daily. Weekly chart needs a lot of work. I need to wait until Friday, even though it's turned L, the 9-period moving average has turned up. Now let's do this. Look at EUR USD. This is the euro dollar currency pair. Kind of sliding. The 200-period moving average in the weekly chart says, geez, got so much resistance at 1.099, and here it is at 1.084. A lot has to happen for it to break out into the 1.1 area. But wait a minute. USD JPY. Look at this. I showed it the other day. I said, this is coming back after peak C1, C2, C3, double top in the daily charts, pull back. But if it crosses green, and yesterday, I'm not sure if I had a chance to do during the day, during my show, but it flipped to 9-period moving average turned green. The price ran up, and at 151.60 back in, when was that? That was in about November of this past year. Sharp moved down to the 140s. Leg C in the weekly chart, and leg D/A in the daily chart. Interesting session coming up. I'll be back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
So we're looking at the USD JPY, that's the US dollar Japanese yen currency pair, at a new recovery high. And let's just check this here. Let me open it up. Okay, we've got it going all the way back. I think this is at least on this particular instrument, I'm not going to make any changes. It's an all-time high. As we're speaking, it's already gone to 151.94. So that's a little different. 151.72. Isn't that amazing that over a period of 2 years, you've got the, here we are. You got 151.94 was the high back in, I think it was December or so of 2022. It drops sharply to the 129-ish area, then goes back to 151, but just under that one. And today we've had a high of 151.81. So it's underneath the 151.94 all-time high. This is amazing. These triple tops, this is what I was showing you a moment ago. So we'll see how it resolves. Now, the big question is, here's your starting point right there for that new buy signal to buy mode, which went to a peak C1, C2. This could be a completion going to a leg D, or it could be a brand new A. This is when the Chapman wave says, what do you do now? Because A is fantastically bullish. D says, you can be pulling back here. You don't have to do anything, because all you have to do is look at the previous highs. If there's a sharp close under the previous high of 150.83, then you got to start monitoring to see, does it make a kind of an inverted V-shaped pattern, start to pull back sharply. But if you were long, I would be staying long the USD JPY at this particular point. I don't see any reason why you should change that. There is a trend line that becomes active. You remember I mentioned, some of you will remember that I mentioned years ago when I started doing technical analysis, I used to do hand charting on paper and engineering paper, and pencil. And that's how I discovered these 0% changes and a whole bunch of things like that, round numbers. When I used to do that, then of course, in the late 80s, computers started to become family friendly and started using those. I remember having to, on Friday when I wrapped up, I used to start downloading, because I got all the information from around the world. I didn't realize you didn't have to do that. I can't remember the service. I think they're still in existence. I used to start at the close on Friday, and therefore I couldn't do anything over there other than paper charts, because we used to still get chart books and things like that. And then on Monday, like at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock Monday, it finally finished downloading. It's incredible. I got Australia, I got everything. Didn't need it all. I didn't realize that. And then finally I was ready. So, of course, we don't do that today. You get it instantly. And now what I'm looking at is within the currency, you've got this V-shaped formation right here in the, I've got it in the weekly chart. And I must just look to see, why did I put this large rectangle in? Oh, why? Because it was the high that was made. Oh, this is the lopsided cup formation, the gravy cup. So the high that was made week of the 21st of October of 2022 at 151.94 came down to a low of 127.22. That was the week of 20th of January 2023. And it's taken all that time. It took all that time to get to back to that high in the December timeframe of last year. Then it pulled back from the 151.60 high down to the low in the 140 area, and yeah, we're back again. So this rectangle says you've been in a trading band. The dollar, DXY, look at this weekly chart of the dollar, has been on the downside in the trading. That's why when people say, oh, the dollar's fantastic, I say, no. The dollar had a fantastic move. It went to 114.78 back in September of 2022. Then it dropped to just under 100. So it's really just in a trading range. And therefore, when you look at this on the weekly basis and you look at gold, gold has been also in a kind of a trading band, but a much wider trading band between the 2230s or so. This is a continuous contract. And the 18, let's just call it right now, between the 1800s and 1880 area. So they already, if you want to call it sideways, you can call it sideways. Within that, they've had trading bands and trading patterns. So here's the same sort of cup formation, retesting the high in gold that was made the week of the continuous contract, 2180 back in May, the week of May the 5th, 2023, goes all the way back down to the 18. Let's go to the 1862 level, then comes back, starts a trend line, goes to 2171, pulls back. This is a cup and a handle, not one of my favorite patterns, because it invariably bounces up and then comes right back. Unlike the Chapman wave cup and ladle pattern, which says, wow, when you break out, I showed this last night to my subscribers, and those some of you know it very well. When you break out in leg B, and it goes to a peak B above the previous high in this cup formation, it should go right through it. But when it does the cup and handle, it can go to a C, then it pulls back, then it goes to the D, and then it usually kind of pulls back. So that's the pattern we're looking at. Now, a couple of questions came in. I said I'll deal with them. But at first I want to say, Rochelle in the Tiger YouTube says, MA, MasterCard, all-time high. Yep, MasterCard, all-time high as we speak. 485.77 is the high today. Peak A, peak B, peak C, A, B, C, D. And it's an E in the weekly chart and only a C in the monthly chart. MasterCard's just walking the 9-period moving average. It did have a round number at 464 about a week ago. That's just using it as a springboard. Fabulous action. And what's interesting is this. The MACD is weak. It's only now just turning positive. Stochastic has been under 80%, and now it's at 83%. On-balance volume is a bit overbought. So this is a sheer momentum play that has just got this propellant to the upside, with a torque in the daily chart has led the weekly chart just to constantly have 1 or 2 weeks of, maybe just 1 week of rest, and then it makes a new recovery high. That's great action. Just purely on a technical basis, I'm suggesting that it's getting a little overbought. Doesn't mean to say it can't have just a sideways consolidation. The other one she mentioned is JPY, JPM. Yep, same thing. Leg C in the weekly chart, leg C in the monthly chart, and a leg E in the daily chart. 194.95, up $1.16. So this is really good because this is part of the XLF. Remember, we spoke about the XLF. I said, and in my webinar last night, I made a big deal that the XLF is very close to all-time highs. 4170 was the high in January of 2022. It's made this beautiful cup formation. It's got this month in the left side, right side, nice time. That's what I've shown with the template inside bridge target repellent line. You get to 4170, days highs 4170. The other day, though, it got to 41. We've got a break coming up. Dow's up 18. I'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of Basil's educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Yeah, I just need to see the CA does. What does it do? This is unbelievable. Rachel also mentions, Rochelle mentions, PACCAR Inc. I'm just trying to see what they do. I should remember because what does it do? This is design, manufacturer, customer support of premium, light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks, of course, under the Kenworth, Peterbilt, and DAF nameplates. Oh, look at this chart. Look at this. This is I love this kind of chart, except I would love it if we were in it. Trading at 121.76, up 76, all-time high. Look at that. This is that worm climbing the branch of a tree. It just keeps going up and up. It's got this beautiful branches, a support level, never falls. It just keeps going. And when it finally does that, it has like one big bar that takes out 2 or 3 on the left, and then it goes right back to a new high. At some point, it will give a big pullback, but this is fantastic action. Wow. All right. So let's go to a couple of things. I want you to get to, look, so PJP was mentioned as something one of the dentists has. Invesco Palmer, this is Farmer, not Palmer. This is like Packard, right? It's got an H right there. Farmer, ETF. And you can see it's in this kind of sideways range. The monthly chart is fabulous. It's in. That cannot be A. You have to wait for a trough before you can start your wave count. So that's A, that's B. It's in leg C. It hasn't quite gotten above the high that was made back on the week of the 11th of August at 80.21. But look at the daily chart. Peak A, B, double top there. So that's C, this is D, this is E. Fabulous action. So what I said in last night's webinar, I should have had the chart already, that there's now a glut of real estate for biotechs. So the biotech made a high, IBB made a high back in August of 2021 at 177.37, slumps down to the 105-ish area, and then goes kind of rallies and then goes sideways. It's done nothing. And that reflects what I was talking about was the excessivity can go to sparsity. And we saw excessivity. I know I was saying that when my wife and I were walking in Watertown Square where the Charles River is, a little pretty area there, we noticed this huge building going up. There are other big biotechs in the area, and suddenly you get this huge building, and it says there, buy a new biotech. The whole building is a massive building. I thought, glut. And there it is. So August makes the high, and it comes down. Now, this is very interesting because that's IBB. That's the biotech. The microbiotech, some of them are just unbelievably outstanding. They are just screaming. That's different altogether. Look at the PPH. This is the PPH. Is the pharma ETF. This is the Van Eck pharma ETF. This is a conglomerate, right? This is the group. A leg D in the monthly chart, just off all-time highs that were made just a week or two ago. Peak C in the daily chart. Maybe it goes to a D and then we pull back sharper, all right? And a peak G in the daily chart, and it's now consolidating. So I wanted to point out that pharma is doing something, and its pharma's got Eli Lilly, incredible move to leg D, still leg D in the monthly chart, peak D in the weekly chart, a G/C, probably a G at 878 in the daily chart. A couple of round numbers are showing up, and that says, and that's one of the reasons why the big pharma has been doing so well. So I needed to point out that there's a difference. It's the same difference I was trying to emphasize just now. That's why I want to look at JP Morgan, that the XLF has been so strong, almost within pennies of that all-time high back in 2022, January. But the KRE, and that's what's going to happen today after the Fed speak. What the heck happens to KRE, the S&P Regional Banking? I think it's so important that they at least don't fail. They have a good rally. I don't expect them to do fantastically. I don't want to see them doing this. This is really poor action. And that's the S&P Regional Banking ETF. Okay, got that out the way. Next thing is we've got some questions. And the first question is the SMHs. So the SMH, that's the typed it into the den. Whoops, that was a mistake. SMH, the semiconductors. And I should mention that we are short a small position, short position, well, aggressive, very small short position. We are looking at this and saying that the high that was made at 239.14 on the 8th of March, trading now at 217, and you've got so many of these stocks that were just incredible that have started to stall. Stalling doesn't mean that they're breaking down, but it does mean to say at a 974.00 all-time high, round number, NVIDIA has kind of slowed down. Advanced micro devices, all-time high, 227, got a couple of round numbers, trading right now at 179. Looking at applied materials, makes an all-time high, just recently, a tiny little doji candle, all-time high at 217, was it? 214.24, and and now it's trading at 199 with a couple of round numbers. Peak F in the weekly chart, it could recycle, but that's what I'm calling it. Leg D in the weekly. I don't want to go through them all, but this is important to me because it's saying sector by IWM, the small caps, the Russell 2000, already setting the stage that the 9-period moving average is starting to weaken and is just, the day's young, but so far looks like it's turning down. The SMHs had a spectacular move, led the market up. Doesn't lead the market down if it fails. I'm just saying that it's at 217.49 right now. At any time this week, if it touches 210, that says to me it's got to be careful. You've got to be careful. If it closes by Monday, this coming Monday, under 209, then I think we've seen at least a short-term top in the semis. They can take a breather. They need it. And then we'll see if we can get some kind of rolling correction. And so that means the IWM will be first, the Russell and the QQQ are very close. Look, here's the QQQ. It's actually very well right now, but it'll be the next one. So first IWM, then the semis, then the QQQ, if there's going to be a turn down from whatever the Fed says. That's the way I'm looking at it. But I'm not ignoring the fact that we could go sideways and do really well. So the question came in, the next question came in, MRO, MRR, ORC, Andrew, MRO, Marathon Oil, is very good. Up back to normal.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi, folks. So I'm just doing the notation here, the Chapman Wave methodology of these particular issues. And the question is what to add to. Well, first of all, congratulations. If you're along all of these stocks, they've been fantastic. These are oil related. So your first one was MRO, Marathon Oil. Once upon a time we had it. Now we actually have a different one in the sector. So Marathon Oil is trading at 26.91. This to me looks like a G/C. So this is acting, the daily chart is extremely strong, a tad overbought. It doesn't know that it's overbought. My eye says it's a little bit overbought, but that just says at 26.91, it could pull back to 25.60s. It doesn't even have to fill the gap and then move higher based on the weekly chart, improving like this. We're looking at, and the weekly chart is strong. The 9 is over the 14. The MACD is good. Stochastic's finally getting close to 80%. The monthly chart says, it's kind of in a sideways rectangle formation, also making this a different kind of U going to a W formation. It's got the small little handle. It's the reverse. It's like the handle and cup pattern. So I like it. I think it's going to go back to the 34s, and it's trading right now at 26. That's looking out over a couple of months. So that's positive. MUR is Murphy Oil. Let me just type it in over here. Murphy Oil. There you go, MUR. Murphy Oil is trading. They almost have the same pattern. This is also very strong, trading at 44.49. It's almost the same pattern. The difference is that the high-level consolidation in the weekly chart and the MACD turning up in the stochastic at 60% and the on-balance a little bit overbought makes that just a little different. But the weekly chart in the cup formation, it didn't retest the previous high. So it's acting well. So if I'm going to grade it, I'm going to grade it about an 8 out of 10 right now. The other one was MRO. If I had to grade that, I'd grade it 7.5. If I had to grade RR, is that an L? RRC. Oh, Ranger. Okay, Ranger, Range Resources. The daily chart is acting well. It isn't doing the same as that. This is more in a kind of a sideways consolidation. The same with the weekly chart, and the monthly chart went to a slightly higher high. I'm going to call that a A, B, C. Oh, isn't that interesting? Yes. So let me just do this. If I had to rate them, I'd rate them MRO, Marathon Oil, number 1, Murphy Oil, number 2, Range Resources, number 3. But they are really close together. In other words, 8, 7.5, and maybe 7 out of 10. And maybe even 8.5, 8 and 7.5. they're all doing extremely well, and in the area. See, oil might have pulled back today, but the way the oil is breaking out tells me that something's going on. And that's in the daily chart, and the weekly chart almost looks like marathon oil. Look, it's got that pattern is stalled about 50% of the way of the cup formation, but the monthly chart isn't as strong. So I'm watching this very closely. So what I'm going to suggest is that to add to a position, let me just go once again because I need to, you're adding at a high. I know that you're not in a rush, so I'm going to suggest that I wouldn't add right now. So I think what you're saying, if there is a pullback, where would I add? If I'm putting words in your mouth, because that's what I would want. If there's a pullback, I'd want to add to marathon oil, and I'd want to add to it between 25.30 and 24.80. You could split it by adding right now. I would say that's a little too aggressive, but if you want just a tad, and then wait for the to add the rest of it. But that's they're looking very good, right? Next question came in, could I look at Wing? I didn't know much about Wing. That's a Wing stop. Let me just double check here that I'm not talking out of turn. So there we go. So Wing stop, where's my mouse? Why'd you do that to me? What's going on here? There it is. Oh, okay, here we go. Wing stop. Wing stop. Wing stop does. So that says it does. Oh man, I wish they would just say exactly what it is. I don't know what the stock buy, what stock buy, owned, has shares. Give me a break. I just want to know what it does. Wingstop, history. Wingstop traded, Wingstop this, Wingstop. That was your rating, the rating. Share price. Give me what it does. Maybe in the den somebody said, chicken wing. I thought it was chicken wing, but I didn't want to make a mistake. And the reason why I thought it was chicken wing, because when I was down in Utah, visiting my granddaughter who was there, she wanted wings, and we found this Wingstop. Not my favorite, but she liked it, and that was really good. Here we go. A, B, C. There's that sneeze. That's the weekly chart. The monthly chart. So I'm looking at this. So CMG just had a spectacular move up. It just never stops. It's an amazing. CMG is Chipotle. I've been there just once, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. Always thought, oh, what are people looking at? But I had it. I enjoyed it. I don't usually like spicy food, but I did enjoy it. So Wingstop's trading at 343.59, up 3.10. So you only asked me to look at it. I'm going to look at it. Please, chicken wing. Oh, please, chicken wings. Yeah. Oh, check wing. I don't know whether you said check to check wing, W-I-N-G, or it's chicken wing. But I'm going to do this. It's in this consolidation. Almost looks like a semiconductor stock. Had this look spectacular move, makes a little double top in the 370s, pulls back, trading at 343 right now. The 9-period moving is just so close to turning down, but it hasn't turned down. I think it's in a consolidation. If you're long it and you've been long for a while, I'm expecting a leg D in the weekly chart. I like it. The monthly chart is in leg D, but all the technicals are still very good. However, I do think that it's a 343. I do think that the 322 to 318 area is going to be key support if there is a pullback. So let me just do the CMG. There is no relationship other than the little chicken guys. So let me just do this right now. CMG is right there. Gapped up at 2,959.00, up to 161.44, all-time high. As far as I'm concerned, The food area, people seem to be wanting to pay for it. I just think that Ring could have a little bit of a dip, so I keep my core position, and I probably want to add to it based on the weekly chart, but I'll give it to you when I get back. That was up 14.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Yes, just to finish up on Ring at 344.55, up 4. It made an all-time high in the 375 area, pulled back quite sharply. And just about 4 or 5 days ago, it had 351 open, and that was the high, and then it dropped sharply. So now it's trading at 344. If it closes for 2 sessions above 351, then it's going to try to tackle this candle right here, the candle of the 8th of March. But I think it needs a little bit more time, and then it should make, let me draw this in, and let's see how this works out. I'm drawing in a cup formation. It might need just a little more time, and then it should make its way higher to go to that leg D. And that'll be about 375. Hope that helps you. So let me just, to wrap it up, I want you to do, I'll do it tomorrow. I was going to do a whole bunch of 120-minute charts. It just tells us so much information. I'll do it tomorrow. There's no rush. So for the Fed, what I said to subscribers this morning, if after the Fed speak, if around about 2 o'clock to 2:40, at about 2:40, if the Dow is up more than 160 points and is holding for about 30 minutes after that, there should be a really strong close, and that's going to give me that scenario that says, gee, maybe we're looking at high-level consolidation, making highs in this time frame, and then we make a much more serious top in the market in a few weeks' time, right? Because this will be leg C in the Dow and the S&P, etc. If, on the other hand, there's a sharp move down of about 160 points and it holds lower, it doesn't just drop and then come back, but it holds, that says, yeah, the stage is set for some kind of a digestive phase right now. That's kind of the way we're kind of monitoring what we're looking at. A question came in about the DKNG. What does that W mean? That the strong resistance in DraftKings in the 45s. How it takes, if it can get to 47, that's going to be very good. We are long this, but we're watching it closely. Have a wonderful day, and stay tuned for Steve Rhodes and all the great programs. See you tomorrow.